It's been over 2 weeks since the bathroom bill went into effect here in Texas. Legislation that continues to be a source of controversy as local governments consider how to enforce it. Fox 7 Austin's Brianna Carroll has the latest.
This week, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton launched a tip line where people could submit complaints about public institutions that are not in compliance with Senate Bill 8, more commonly known as the bathroom bill. But opponents to the new state law say that policing the bathrooms will make them less safe for everyone.
When policies are passed that encourage people to question and police someone's sex, cisgender people who don't conform to rigid gender stereotypes, who don't look feminine or womanly or female enough, will be and already have been subject to harassment and violence.
Senate Bill 8 prohibits individuals from entering public restrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms that do not align with their assigned sex at birth. The new law applies to public buildings that are owned and operated by cities, counties, and state agencies, as well as public schools and universities. Institutions that do not comply with Senate Bill 8 could face fines ranging from $25,000 to $125,000, as well as injunctive relief, court costs, and attorney fees. Also known as the Women's Privacy Act, advocates say the intention is to protect the safety and privacy of women and children in public spaces. But since its implementation earlier this month, the law has received substantial backlash, with opponents calling it discriminatory.
I just want to be clear that Senate Bill 8 is an unjust law. It's very likely unconstitutional. It's motivated by a hateful, discriminatory animus. It's really designed to divide us and conquer us for cynical political ends.
In response, the city of Austin passed a resolution instructing the city manager to develop a capital improvement plan establishing gender-inclusive bathrooms in city buildings. City council members who brought forth the resolution said that creating inclusive bathrooms in compliance with Senate Bill 8 could look like fully enclosed single-use toilets, and that the plan will prioritize remodeling facilities in public-facing buildings like City Hall first.
We're saying no to bullying. We're saying no to hateful rhetoric coming from the White House and folks down the street, and no to attacks on our trans and non-binary communities. We won't be complicit with hate, and protecting our trans and non-binary friends is not optional.
The city manager is expected to bring a capital improvements program that will address bathroom inclusivity to City Council by March 20th. Senate Bill 8 has also drawn backlash from civil rights groups, including Equality Texas, the Human Rights Campaign, and the ACLU. And the bill is expected to face legal challenges. For Fox 7 Austin News, I'm Brianna Carroll.